how the session session operate in online sessions. So, I'm still trying to myself in the situations. Okay, I have coughing also flu there, okay? Running nose, which is quite heavy there, okay, and well, the student basically affected on that. Okay, please give a response, okay? Anyone can hear my voice over here and see my screen? Okay.
Sir, I think Sir's line is breaking, but I can see the screen.
Yeah, the line breaking, right? But you can hear my voice, is it?
Yeah, maybe is it? I think it's my area or I don't know. I,
Because I find your kind of what we call the connection is quite okay for me there, okay, with me right now. Okay, so okay, the sessions have been recorded already. Okay, welcome to our week 5. But I mean, we are replaced basically from our week 4. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, for being understand about the situations. Okay, last week and still this week. Okay, I have a few number kind of heavy kind of flu there. Okay, with a cough there. Okay, at the same times. All right. So I don't want to take a risk, okay, to have a face-to-face sessions, okay, even though in my practical sessions. All right, guys. Okay. By looking at this, what we call that missing actually, right, have been sent it to you guys. Week 5 and week 6. We have another 2 weeks time there, okay, to work on our assignments, okay, the third assignments there. So today I just want to give you guys a bit on the situations, okay, according to those brief that we have there, okay, based from our assignment tree, okay, we have around 3 different kind of what we call that. We have already 5, okay, 5 different titles there. Okay, hopefully, okay, most of you guys have been working with it. Okay, so I just want to recap a little bit further on these submissions of all over you. Okay, the first thing, okay, you have to do some research. Okay, based on the titles. Right? Okay, based on the title itself. Okay, Hang Tuah, Sitanggang, Badang. Okay, Bawang Putih and Bawang Merah and Musang Berjanggut. Okay, and if you guys read back again all the brief itself, okay, the research will be exactly and the final grade is 20%. Okay, half of it. And main objective in all the assessment period. We just and photo references and design references. Using PowerPoint and presentation characters. You have developed the character. Start with my wow, okay. The most they don't actually prepare too much on their sketches, okay. And we are not allowed student traits, but you use people kind of references. You look at inspiration directly from particular kind of references. For examples, okay, on Hang Tuah itself, see basically so from here, this is about the modern kind of design. Okay, modern kind of design. So it should be This is some about one they are fighting one walking diorama. This cosplay being cosplayed by one of the bodybuilders in Malaysia. That were okay. So he's attending basically one of the promotions. They use basically this as a main characters from there. So you have to be careful with it when you want to design something. Uh, all right, guys. Okay, sorry. Just now, basically, we had some glitch, okay, on the connection. Sorry, voice right. How is it now? Can you hear my voice there? Testing, testing, testing. One, two, three. Sini, can you hear my voice? Sini? Sini? Yes or no? Okay, great. It's not a robot sound, right? All right, guys. Okay, we go back again. Okay, just now, okay. So if you look at Badang Kanaka, this is taking from Google's there, okay? But from Mobile Legends. Okay? Adik, buka kipas saya tu. Okay. Tutup lampu. Okay. All right. Okay, that's it. Okay, guys. One right. Okay. And okay, legal saudara. I very bad, guys. This one is basically taking local kind of content, okay? Satria, the warrior of seven elements there, okay? They have seven characters up because they, including basically the women characters, okay, the ladies, Putri and Putri, okay? By right, they has only five brothers, therefore, to understand about the situations in this kind of content. Somewhat the manga character styles, there are styles that based on the local Malaysian folklore, okay, folklore. This one, all this guy there, right? This is our former prime minister, okay, former prime minister. It's basically, Tuah there, right? So then don't get actually confused. This is also one of the good example how we can start design okay, design the characters using the right kind of layers, okay, and you actually can improvise them if you want to, right? Okay? So if you guys were really playing games, God, there's a few number of design that you guys can apply okay, based on this characters itself. That's one thing that I want to share with you guys over here. Okay, other than that, I just one of the styles, examples. Okay, is on Malay world flag. So all this kind of thing can be sparked as part of your ideas, the ideation that you work. You, based on the world, kind of what we call like, designing this kind of character. It's not a right? This is came from Japanese artists together and competition promoted came from a big event. You guys in okay, so by preparing your food is one of the things that this one things how it looks. The line's quite smooth, so yeah. Okay, sorry the guys. Okay, again, I don't know why the connection's quite smooth for the today. How's it attached right now? Is the voice okay?
Yeah, now it's okay.
Where I actually have missed out there.
Maybe
Okay,
like
just
sometimes it, uh,
okay. Can you see it right? This is basically some samples, okay, from one of the Japanese artists, okay, who designed basically the characters that based on the Malaysian. You guys can see the details over here. Okay, the line works and the shading itself. The shading is basically it's not that hard there because you're using a lot of hard brown brushes to blend the shadows and shades for you. One of the things that I find based on my students' kind of drawings again that make basically some of the drawings looks not quite very fine right because of the drawing itself is look like a tracing. the drawings. Okay, one of the examples that I want to share with you guys again, other than basically pictures. Okay, this one is one of the mood that I actually have shared, that I actually have okay, for you guys. Okay, sample of mood board. You have to collect all these kind of visual documentation steps before you are going to start to work with your sketches there. But of course, okay, this visual documentation is to enhance a bit on your inspirations. Okay, how to get those ideas from there. It's not to trace them back. Okay, that's the thing. Okay, me found to reproduce basically some of the design from you. I will always going to find some of the let's just and find okay, for example, the lines quite slowly, guys. Let me double check. Okay, if I could share with you guys with you. Okay, this is also one of the this is it's a local artist there. Okay, this is one of the local artists. Okay, Honey there. His name is Honey. He designed anime manga styles and the characters there. Okay, there's some of the samples that we have here now. Okay, I just want to show you guys how basically we're going to work with them. Okay, for examples, and let's just say that I actually going to use this one. Okay, the samples over here. Okay, the samples. Okay, sample came from real photos lah. Okay, real photos. Let me check that. Okay, is there any kind of fine kind of recall that references that can be used? Maybe this one is quite okay, okay, or the position that uses there. Samples there. I'm saving these files there first. Right here. Okay. Because you have to know basically the origin of the Tuah. It's not actually like Kung Fu, okay? More silat, okay? But you guys can exploring basically the ideas on it. Okay, before you're going to turn over all these kind of characters, okay, all these kind of references into a characters, you need to have a few number kind of sketches. Okay, examples over here, let's just say I'll create a new file. Okay, our format are going to be around what, A4 size, is it? Still A4 size? The resolutions in A4 size, right? A4 size 8 by 8 level sheets. Okay, let's just say I'm using landscape portrait format. Okay, portrait format. If I use landscapes according to the references, and okay, this one, all right. Sorry. Over this. Okay, copy. For example, like this. Okay, this one is mozzarella, right? Okay, mozzarella. So we can do from here. Normally, first of all, I'm going to reduce this. And from here, week 5 demo for our lecture class, right? For sessions 5, week 4. And of course, this part directly, I'm going to really, I want to define basically difference between the shadows, okay, from there. So when I add another lace, okay, you can see basically the lace that I made there, right? Okay. What I can do, starting to design, okay, but if you design a Malaysian costume, okay, a Malaysian kind of costume, you have to design itself. There's a lot of work, guys, okay, of course, okay, the challenge of these, so, okay, see, okay, then go friends, and good sketch. This is basically sketch method that I'm actually going to use to this right, what Philip Mirror. So, hey, you can see that, right? So the thing is, right now, you need to have that kind of understanding first to draw the basic structures over here. Okay. For me to design basically, okay, the characters with the costume itself, for me, I can actually apply this kind of method. Okay, this is the tanja itself. These are going to be the hair, going to be the it's a long kind of hair. All right. So most people basically, when they actually develop this kind of thing, they actually trace them. Okay? But for me, I will design them back here. Okay, design back here. That's the difference. See that right? Okay? I will design back again. Okay, those kind of characters. That's one thing. All right. So from here, okay, of course, okay, this part, right? Normally, they have basically some sort of like a wrist, kind of what we call them. So he's wearing basically the shirts there. All this kind of stuff need a few number kind of understanding and imaginations at the same time. The imaginations at the same time. So without that kind of ideas of research properly directly, you won't be able to get it right. So right now, what you guys can see from here is all about those way of understanding that, okay, how basically you're going to incorporate basically kind of studies, okay, on the design itself. Yeah. Okay. Okay, now basically this part that, okay, going to be the finger. Okay. See, roughly the ideas itself. This is one of the examples. Okay, how actually you're going to develop into those design. Okay. Roughly, I just draw basically the ideas of designing back again the pose, okay, from those warriors, okay, the Malaysian type of warriors. You see, this is basically came from the imaginations, okay, but came from also some experience when you draw them back. So if you really want to have this kind of skills that works, right, actually recommend you guys. You need to basically develop basically your drawing skills at the same time. Okay, this kind of methods is one of the good methods for those who actually want to get more kind of precise ideas. Okay, when it comes to develop basically the pose for your characters there at the same time. Okay, this is one of it. Okay, roughly the ideas of those sketches there. Okay, so from here, okay, you can actually you have to write down basically some typeface, okay, Hikayat Tuah, for examples. You guys can actually type down basically those words there. Okay, save. Okay, three different words there. Okay, from here, this one is a test for those who actually do you have the typography kind of skills or not. Right? Okay. You can write down basically the words from here. Okay, just like design posters there. So from here, so I'm going there, right? Then you can find the right kind of typeface. The right kind of typeface, which have basically more kind of medieval kind of look and feels. I don't know whether I have one or not right here. This one maybe quite suitable. I don't know whether it's like a calligraphy. So it's also quite okay. Right? Find another one. This is basically also some critical part on those designer guys. Okay, if you're not willing enough to go through with this process, you find the right kind of typeface that works. Okay, you will have a lot of critical and crucial kind of thing. This one is black flat. This one black flat. Okay, black flat. Okay. Find the right kind of tune of the characters. Typeface, okay, also really important, guys. Okay, this one Hikayat basically, okay. Let's save the file there first. Maybe I'm going to use different kind of typeface. Maybe, right? Yeah, find it right. More suitable. This is a part of those layout and compositions kind of design there, right? That you have to go through also at the same time. Okay, if you want to use the typeface as a part of your way to portray the titles. Okay, guys, this is a part of the sketches. Okay, the sketches that you guys can go through with it. Okay, the sketches there. You can see that, okay, right now, how actually I turn off basically the Matsali kind of what we call that design. Okay, Matsali kind of what we call that references right here into a characters. That's basically not a magic, but based on the experience. Okay, based on the experience that you guys have to develop basically along the way. Okay, so if you guys really want to consult, okay, with Miss Ting later on, okay, this is basically my suggestions lah. Okay, give some examples, some references at the same times. Okay, in order for you guys to discuss with her there, okay, what kind of styles or way of working, okay. Don't rely too much on your naked kind of imagination style there, right? Okay, whatever that you think, okay, when you want to visualize them, make sure you have some references to guide you. Okay, references to guide you over here. And of course, okay, before you okay, all this kind of because some of you guys who actually haven't experienced yet, okay, how to draw basically the man what we call that cloth, okay, or attire there, okay, you have to do a bit more research from there before you draw. But the point that I want to show you guys right now, how basically I can construct basically my sketches there. Okay, construct my sketches there before I'm going to finalize them. That's also one of the things that I want to share with you guys. Other than okay, if I want to add some shadings after this, okay, shadings there, okay, roughly on my sketches. This is basically my guide. These are basically based on my sketches. Roughly, when we're presenting our ideas, it's basically the shades. Normally, I will style basically the shadings like this. Using the brushes. Okay, the brush mode that I'm going to use normally for shadings are going to be the hard round pressure brushes. Adjust the size a bit. Okay, like this. Okay, I'm using 58, maybe less than that. The shadings. So I'm going to break down the shadows like this. Okay, where basically the shadow basically fall off. Yeah. This one basically the shadows are going to fall off right here. This part there, okay, we have to use the cloth, kind of what we call the shadings. A little bit more darker there. This part, as a highlight a bit, the light came from the side, shadow fall off right here. This part a bit more darker, and this one going to be the knee there, right? This is how basically we present it, the ideas. Okay, the hairline, expressing it a bit, the hairstyle, the hairline a bit. Give me a bit, maybe I can add a bit more. So this is roughly how actually we presented ideas before we're going to work with the presentations later on. Okay. Background itself, you guys can actually use different kind of backgrounds there that related basically with the situations. Maybe some horizons, maybe some sea directly, some rocks or any kind of landscape that if you want to shoot. Okay, but you have to paint them back. Right? These are the things that we can do. Okay, this is basically how actually you can actually submit your kind of ideas, especially on your sketches. Okay. So B. Okay, one of the things that you can do is okay. If you really understand how it works there, but it's not that kind of hard basically to develop the ideas there. You need references, you need the right kind of references to works, you need the right kind of what we call that informations. And of course, okay, the hardest part okay, about this situation is you need to develop the costume itself. That's basically the hardest part, okay, because I just give basically this kind of informations, this kind of what we call that way of working or titles there, okay, because I want you guys to exploring, okay, exploring the cultures in Malaysia itself, okay. That's why I give you guys all these kind of things. So I want to make sure that my students knowing basically the importance of living in this country. At the same time, you have the patriotism, okay, that based on the Malaysian kind of folk tales that we have. Okay, because last time I give you guys a lot of very like common kind of what we call the titles. This one also like common still, okay, but not based on your kind of understanding, lah. I think. But if you guys were really into it, there will be a lot of advantage for you guys to create a local content. Okay. All right. Any questions so far? Any questions there so far from me? Any kind of inquiries about our set assignments? Any kind of inquiries? If you guys read Chilu back again, I've done about my research. I collect all those informations like this. All right. Make sure you check all these informations there first. Okay, collect all these visuals and submit into your mood board. Okay, mood board can be more than one there, right? It can be more than one. Okay, in order for you guys to develop basically your ideas there. Before you develop your ideas there. After you get all this kind of mood board, if you look back again, guys, the smartest way that I share with you guys, I'm not actually using every single kind of samples here to develop into my own actions there. I using real photos that I can get from Google that can be related with the character style that I want to portray. Okay, for example, for the Hang Tuah itself. So I made it a very simple kind of gesture post like this. They're based on references. Okay, this is basically some early idea you guys can actually throw. You can actually discuss with Miss Ting later on if you have some ideas like this. Shh. Okay. Any questions there, guys? Any inquiries from you? So don't trace from other people's works or any games, okay? Use it as a part of your inspirations. If you really want to develop those characters, okay,
No, sir.
yeah, make sure you can find basically references from the real photos. Okay, real photos that you use. All right, that's the first rule that you have to know. Okay, and of course, you guys also can use AI generated. Okay, AI generated images. Right, but you need to be smart lah. Okay, when you work on it to develop your ideas. Okay, but not to use as a final works. Guys, am I actually include in our brief over here? Even though I didn't include okay, progression submissions, references, but you guys can actually use AI generated because I'm recording sessions over here. And I've been basically telling you guys also in the early stage there, okay? You guys can use AI generated to develop ideas there. I don't have that account anymore there, okay, because I'm using free account there. Yeah, if you have to explore AI mid journey kind of what we call the generated ideas, then I think you guys can actually follow this one. Okay, so to generate ideas, how to compose, okay, what kind of elements to work on it. Anyone have tried AI before? Any kind of AI generated kind of images? Anyone have tried before? Hi guys, have you tried before?
No, sir.
No, no one actually
No,
used
sir.
it.
No.
I recommend you guys to try that. Okay, but you have to register first, right? AI generated. Okay, Mid Journey, for example. For example, Mid Journey. Okay. Right. This one there, right? Okay. When you join basically in beta, there, right, you have to sign in. Okay. and they're going to go through with your Discord. Right? You have to install also Discord channel. These are the things. But I haven't used okay for quite some time because I did experiment with some of those uh, applications only there. Right? I'm not using basically for to play with those kind of generated anymore. Okay, at this moment. So you have to join basically assessment. Okay, on the free kind of channels. Okay. Sign in. This is basically my last basically sign in there. Okay, rice. I haven't ever tried before that. Last time I've been working on it. Okay. But of course, this because I already have actually full basically the free kind of what we call that account. So I have to buy the basic plan. But I don't want to buy that. Okay. So you guys can use also those samples, okay, from different emails that you use, okay. And there's also one of the way you guys can actually exploring the AI kind of mid journeys or being there, right? Okay, AI being there, right? So it can be applied. Right? This one, but I never tried before this one, okay. Also one of the good kind of what we call that artificial intelligence kind of generated okay images that you guys can actually explore as a young students there, okay, young beginners there. All right. So any questions so far with our third assignments? Any questions there? No? All right. So hopefully, okay, these demonstrations, okay, will give you guys a bit kind of a hint, okay, how actually going to organize your sketches there. Huh? Okay, we have around 2 weeks to complete the whole things. Okay, hopefully you guys can work on that. Okay, tomorrow our sessions going to be online session also there, guys. I don't feel basically I can actually made it okay in our face-to-face session okay at the moment okay. I already told our dean okay my administrations okay Miss Karen about it. All right. uh, I cannot actually engage with the students okay. I don't want to risk the students there, okay, to engage in face-to-face even though basically in our lecture class okay you are not actually sitting in front of me there, okay, closest to me. But it's quite kind of risky there, guys, okay. So thank you very much okay for having me today. I really apologize okay the situation that we had right now that I cannot actually like being face to face right. I try to the best I can basically to share some of the samples and the knowledge that I have basically with you guys. Okay, including the what we call that the assignment that three. All right, thank you very much. Have a good day. Have a good night. Have a good evening. Take a rest. And take care of yourself at the same time, there,
Thank
guys. Okay.
you.
Right. See you guys next tomorrow. There. Okay. Okay. Bye bye. Welcome there.
Sir.
You're welcome there.
So I want to ask tomorrow class is online or
Online, online, all right. Online. We're still
online?
online, all right. Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right. Welcome there.